What's up everyone, it's Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks for tuning in and I hope you're all doing very well. Right, today we've got a starter kit for you. This one was kindly sent over for the purpose of the review from Nelson at UTech and it's called the V. And here it is, spelt V-I-E, so it might be Vi, I'm not quite sure. But basically it's just a plug and play USB chargeable vape it, none of your wattage control, anything like that. So without further ado, we're going to go down low, show you the packaging that it comes in, and then we'll come back up top. I'll go through some more of the specs and everything, and then I'll tell you if I like it or not. Okay, see you down low in a bit. Right, we're down low with the V Pod by U Technology. Now a quick look around this box. Right, and notice on the sides here we've got some cutouts to assist when removing the outer sleeve, and then you just flip open the box like so. Now inside you'll find a instruction pamphlet which is in a variety of different languages for you. There's a little warranty card here, a micro USB charging cable, and it also comes with a spare pod in a blister pack like this. So here's the device. We've got the V brand in there. We have an LED here. If I just take it off, you'll see that the LED glows green. We've got a couple of holes on either side of the battery here. Now they act as a juice viewing window when you've actually got the pod plugged in. Now on the bottom, this is where you charge, you put your USB charging cable in, and it's a 300 milliamp hour battery, so it should be able to be charged within less than an hour, I would have said. So you can put the actual pod in either way around. Now inside there, we have got a couple of contacts, so if we just plug it in, just notice the green light will come on there. And just have a quick look at the pod now. Right, this mouthpiece, when you get it, you've got this dust cover you can put over the top as well. If you want to transport around in your handbag or pocket, you can put this on and it will make sure no dust or anything else gets inside. Now I tend to just leave that at home because for each pod you get a spare one of these black mouthpieces here. Now it is a little bit stiff to get off at first, this is, but when you want to actually fill it, you need to remove this silicone grommet here, and then you'll just see on either side we've got two small holes. Now this is where you fill the e-liquid, either through this hole or this hole. We'll zoom it in, I'll just show you the coil. Right, in the centre there, you can just about make it out. That is your coil, and we have some organic cotton going through the coil. So when you first get it, I suggest putting a few drops of e-liquid through that centre post, and then when you've done that, fill up the rest of the chamber with e-liquid. Leave it for 15 to 20 minutes before you take your first pull, and then do remember to put the actual silicone plug back in when you've actually refilled. Right, so then you can put the black mouthpiece back on, plug it in, and then you're ready to vape. Now there's no on-off button or any variable voltage or wattage or anything. You literally take a puff through the mouthpiece and then you're good to go. So that is it for the down low section. So I'll see you back up top and I'll tell you what I think about the V Pod by U Technology. Right, we're back up top with the V from U. Right, what do I think of it? Right, let's go into some specifications first. Right, it's got a 300 milliamp hour battery in this. The height of this is 110 millimeters by 18 in width by 7.5 in depth. It's got a 1 milliliter capacity pod. I'm not quite sure what the resistance is, but I believe it's 1.8 ohms. The pods. Basically, you can't replace the cores. You basically just have to buy the spare pods for this one. Now it's got quite small refilling holes. They're 2 mm, so you're going to need your fine tip bottles when refilling. It's got all your circuit protections in it. You've got overheating, overcharging, you've got over 10-second cut-offs, all that good stuff. And it's also got some power indicators. It glows green when you first put it in. That indicates that there's between 60 and 100% battery life left. It will be blue when it's between 60 and 20%. Anything under that, it will be red. And if it's less than 3%, it will flash 10 times, and that is time to charge the device. And the charging current is less than or equal to 600 milliamps, and using your DC 5 volts. So that's a few of the specs about this pod. There's not much really to talk about. So basically you charge it up and then you go like this. So you just vape it. There's no on-off switch, there's no button you need to press. Literally it just works by feeling the pressure of you inhaling. And yes, so that is a very nifty little device. It weighs absolutely nothing. It's like having a pen in your pocket, or you can throw it in your handbag or jean pocket, whatever. So that is definitely a pro, the fact that it's so light and dinky, and it will charge quite quickly because it's got a small battery in it. Now, the only thing is, I'm not sure that it will quite last you the whole day. It depends how much you're vaping it, but it might be a good idea to buy two, because I think these are actually quite cheap. I can't see them for sale in the UK, but I saw Gearbest has got them for about, I think it was $17. And yeah, so what's that, 12, 13 pounds, something like that. So it may well be a good idea to have two, and have two charged just in case that it does run out of battery life. Right, the actual pods, these mouthpieces, when you first get them, like, I found it quite hard to actually pull off. After you've pulled it off a few times and there's a little bit of juice in it, you won't have a struggle. But at first, if you've got no nails like me, I found it a real struggle to get the actual mouthpiece off. So yeah, just something maybe to just lubricate this with a little bit of e-liquid before you put it on might be a good idea. But it's very easy to fill up. You just pull out the silicone gasket, use your fine tipped needle bottles, 1 milliliter capacity, and jobs are good. And the juice in this does last for ages, because basically if it's got the 1.8 ohm core, which I believe it has, it's not going to be using much wattage at all. Just give you one more pull. As you can hear, there's not much sound coming from this device. No adjustable airflow. It's quite a restrictive draw on this. It's definitely one that will replicate smoking a cigarette, so could well be one for you newbie vapors out there, this one. But one thing I would say is it definitely does require a high nicotine strength. 12 milligrams plus I would recommend, and even getting some nic salts. Now I haven't tried them, but I know that others have said that these type of pod systems work really well with nic salts. So check out your local vape store or online and try and get yourself some of them. And I'd probably recommend 18 milligram strength if I were you. Now I've got 6 milligrams in here, and it does feel like it's not enough nicotine for me. Now I usually vape around 3 milligrams using my sub-ohm tanks and RTAs, rebuildable tanks, but then you're having more wattage, so you get more vapor, so you don't need such a high nicotine strength. But if this is your one and only device, if you want your nicotine, I think you're going to have to go up past 12 milligrams in order to get your satisfied hit. But all in all, I think this is a cheap and cheerful little device. Even for an experienced vapor, it's always good to have a stealth vape in your pocket. If you're in the cinema or something, or you want to nip to the loo at work and you're not allowed to vape in the office, like this sort of one, get some high strength nicotine in there, couple of crafty puffs, and you went away and then go back to doing your work. But yeah, it's definitely not one for your low nicotine strength, this one. You will need your higher strength nicotine. But yeah, overall though, I think if it is $17, it's got to be worth a punt. If you're a newbie vapor, something like this I could well see being up your street, because it does sort of replicate the sensation of smoking a cigarette. So that's it for the review, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a cheeky little thumbs up. For anyone new out there that enjoyed the content, you want to watch some more, consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the little bell notification that you will see on the YouTube landing page there, and then you'll be notified of all my latest videos. I've got my own website too if you want to check that one out. It's mfvape.co.uk, and you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So until next time, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.